Hello, everybody. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. I just ran across something very interesting I was going to share with everybody today. And amazingly, I'm seeing this almost every day. I think it looks like a cover-up's going on, and I want to show you what I'm seeing so the public can see this. What we're looking at here is, of course, my YouTube channel, Buddy Webb, and then the most recent videos, okay? And I want to just call your attention to the last couple of days. This one 2 days ago, Mike Lawhon's death notices were deleted, okay? That video, I just happened to notice that the newspaper in Odessa, Texas, the Odessa American, I did a Google search for some news stories that I have looked up many, many times before, and all of a sudden I noticed they were deleted. That's why I made that story. I'm gonna show you just a little bit of that in a minute. And then the one I made yesterday, Santa Muerta, the Saint of Death, there was a news story I saw talking about this Saint of Death, which is it's used by cult members and drug dealers. Okay, it's not a saint by the Catholic Church. It's worshipped by cult members, and it's associated with death and murders, etc. Anyway, I ran across a news story about the Santa Muerta. These gang members had sacrificed this 15-year-old girl to this Saint of Death, and they were convicted. Well, I knew because of a news story from the Odessa American, that John Woodward, the very first person seen arriving at my home after I had crawled out and left after surviving, being shot by surprise, inside my own home by somebody under my home. And anyways, that John Woodward had got that tattoo, the Santa Muerta tattoo. So that's what that's about. And then I had noticed that this news article that I had referenced many times from the Odessa American, just go to Google, look it up, there it is. It was deleted. Well, that's 2 times in 2 days. I'm seeing news stories that I've made videos about that I've called might be evidence in capital murders. That's what I'm thinking is deleted. And then once again here today, this morning, I see the same thing. I'm going to show you here. On my Facebook, there was this, I saw this come across my news feed, and it showed Phoenix police arrest 47 undercover massage parlor sting. Okay. Well, that reminded me of the massage parlor in Odessa, Texas that got busted in 2003, and a whole bunch of important people. There was I think assistant district attorney was one of the people that was busted in this organized crime, organized prostitution ring over in Odessa back in 2003. Well, once again, there was an article by the Odessa American that I've referenced many times. Joe Lozano's name was in that article. He was the sheriff candidate that ran for Gary Painter's position, and he was the one that I secretly recorded on the phone, telling me that Gary Painter, the late Sheriff Gary Painter, used to hang out in the underground homes by my home, and which are believed to be connected to the capital murder attempt on my life, where I was shot by somebody under my home, believed to be connected to the murder of the young girl at the underground 2010 oil show party, and believed to be connected to the capital murder of Mike Lawhon, the guy that owned my home before I moved in here. A 27-year-old young man died 2 weeks before I moved in, and he died the week before the 2008 oil show started. Okay. Once again, when I go to look up this news story, it's deleted. It looks like they're selectively deleting news stories that I have pointed out as I thought were evidence that might be connected to these capital murders and the crimes, and these 50 homes that I've identified where the owners reported people in the attic after I was ambushed and shot, saying burglar alarms were going off in the attic. Okay. That's I think that's a news story, except we don't have a news station to report it. And I want to show you here, this right here. I copied and pasted this right here when I shared that, and it's actually a video that I made called Huge Prostitution Bust last year, June, almost a year ago, okay? And I copied and pasted from the Odessa American news story that's now deleted. That's the point of this. And here's what they wrote. In June 2004, the Odessa American reported 61 area residents, including prominent attorneys, business owners, and a senior editor for the Odessa American. Ain't that interesting? That's the newspaper I'm talking about that's deleting these news stories. slogged into rain-soaked Salinas Park throughout the morning Tuesday to surrender as suspects in a year-long prostitution investigation. In all, the 74 people, 7 women, and 67 men made arrangements to turn themselves in to face charges in the local and federal investigation. The investigation focused on activities at the Healing Touch Massage Parlor and the Mid-Odessa Therapy in Odessa. Among those charged is an attorney and community volunteer, Scott Tidwell, former Deputy District Attorney Lee Haddon, a DA, and of the warrants filed, 54 were from Odessa, including 3 women identified as madams, 11 from Midland, 8 from local communities, Lamesa, etc. Gene Powell Jr., assistant managing editor of the Odessa American, was among those arrested Tuesday. Once again, that's the newspaper that seems to be selectively deleting news stories that I have made videos about and focused on that I think is evidence in capital murders and the crimes in this crime ring that's rigging these private homes with underground access. So anyway, I copied this in here. In this list here was Joe Lozano, a recent candidate for sheriff. Joe Lozano was also arrested in this famous bust, and he was the one that told me that our last sheriff used to hang out in the underground homes. And now it's not Buddy saying Joe said that. I recorded it, made it into a video. It should have been a national headline news story a long time ago, but our press is working with organized crime. It appears to be working with organized crime to cover up crimes against the innocent public, such as me, the last homeowner, and then 50 other homeowners that are reporting people in the attic. So I wanted to show you this here. Let's start back on that first video, on the Mike Lawhon, the previous owner of my home. And I want to show you, this was a print screen from a Google search. And here is OA.OA. That's the Odessa American, And what I'm showing here is there was 2 death notices posted for the previous owner of my home. The first one was posted on the October 14th, 2008. Mike died on the 12th, and it said he died in Fort Worth. The second one was posted 4 days later on the 18th, and it said he died at his residence. So they posted a second death notice and changed the location of death. The Odessa American did that. And for the previous homeowner, and a neighbor had told me twice that Mike died at this home here in Midland, his residence. And so I believe Mike was killed here and taken to Fort Worth, and this was the week before the 2008 oil show started, and then this home was sold to the next sucker that was moving in from out of town that didn't know any difference. That was me, who is now crippled for life after surviving a home invasion murder attempt. I got a feeling whoever murdered Mike Lawhon and took him to Fort Worth are the same people under my home that tried to murder me. That just makes sense. But now that's deleted. That's what I'm saying. They've selectively deleted. That's what I showed you in that first video. And then yesterday, I find this news story. Here's a print screen of it. Odessa American, and it's Martin County Sheriff under fire. I dare you to go try to find that news story, because they selectively deleted this news story. And what it said in the news story, the tattoo he got was a Santa Muerta. It's right here in the headline. Sheriff gave alcohol to inmate, received tattoo. And it's in there. I got the print screens where it shows that. That was the video I made yesterday. This news article has been selectively deleted recently. I think that's a clue. And then I want to show you today's video, what I just happened to find out today, when I noticed this arrest at a massage parlor, and I go to look up this news article that I have a print screen of, 61 arrested in Healing Touch case. And remember where I read that to you a minute ago about the district attorney and about the supervisor for the Odessa American and Joe Lozano and all them other important, a rancher and all these other people busted in this organized prostitution? This article is now deleted, and this has only happened in the last few months. Somebody at the Odessa American obviously is very on top of on the evidence that I'm posting, and I have sent a lot of this evidence to the press and to law enforcement to try to stop these killers that are rigging private homes, breaking into homes and murdering innocent people in our homes. This is the truth of what's going on here in Midland, and somebody needs to pay attention at Midland, Odessa, and all over the nation. This is Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.